Buenos dias. Ese es Progreso. Gonna turn around. This is the long walk. It's called the Malacon. This is we're staying one street over from this pretty Malcon. It's the I'm gonna pan over all the way. That's the longest pier in the world, 7 kilometers long. Usually, almost every day, there is cruise ships parked way over there, and the people come off and they walk the street and eat in the restaurants and shop, whatever. Yeah, we're one street over. The rest of Progreso is not like beautiful like this, but there's some nice areas, nice places. Like I said earlier, yesterday we had a good tour of the not just Progreso, but the we call it satellite towns or cities close by on the coast here. And we saw where all the gringos and the Canadians and Americans live. Some of them live here too. We can walk within a couple blocks here. There's nice homes, nice areas. Quite affordable still here. Not over touristic. But yeah, I can get this street that I'm walking on this morning can get really busy. Here's an open air, nice restaurant. It's usually full of people. Yeah, it's a beautiful street, a beautiful area. There's the ocean. People are already in the water swimming this morning. It's cool breeze this morning. It's not overly hot at all. It's good for a walk. A little bit sticky. I feel a little bit of moisture in the air. I mean, obviously this is the tropical area. But it hasn't been too bad as far as, I mean, during the day it gets hot, but not too humid. Yesterday probably was the most humid day. We drove around for 5 hours. There's another street. There's a big property here that somebody's going to buy sometime. It's not developed. It's huge with some palm trees in it that needs work. But yeah, this gives you an idea where we are. This walk is great for exercise. Valentine is still in the house. So I decided I'd go for my own walk this morning, even though she usually walks more than I do because I'm working. So I've been working every day, but it's the weekend. So today we're going to take a bus. It takes about, 27 pesos, I think. So a couple dollars, maybe up to $4, $5. No, it's like our Canadian dollar is like 12 pesos, 12 something pesos for $1. So yeah, a couple dollars. We're going to take a bus. Apparently that bus is okay, a decent bus. Hopefully it's got AC in it. We're gonna take the bus to Merida today. Go downtown Merida maybe and maybe do some shopping. There's a gringo with his bike. You can see those gringos stand out like a sore thumb around here. You know, when the boats are not here, the cruise ships are not docked. You know, you still see them, but not a whole lot. There's a lot of nationals here, a lot of people from Merida, maybe, or even other states in Mexico. These restaurants, when you walk, when it's, you know, totally busy, the street is just crowded. Majority of them are Mexicanos. Majority. You see a few gringos or whiteys, güeros here and there, but most of them are, which is good to see. I like to see it. So it tells us that the people are doing okay, or a lot of them are, but yeah. The guy, our ride yesterday, was good to know. We asked him all about how he lives. How much he pays for water, electricity, and all that stuff. Most people here sleep in hammocks in their house. In fact, our house has got hooks for hammocks, but I think you got to bring your own. He said they have one mattress in his house, but they fight over the hammocks. Everybody likes sleeping over in the hammocks instead of a mattress. That's the local indigenous, I'm sure, but he wasn't that indigenous, but yeah. So got a coffee here yesterday where I send you a picture. It was a great little cappuccino. It's right there where those two are sitting. So yeah, there's a nice new gym over there. People do use this street or this walkway or whatever you want to call this. You can't drive cars in here. The police drive in here, but yeah, they use this for jogging and running. This here is a whole new construction for a big new tower, hotel, whatever. And our house is just on the other side of this, one street over. I mean, not one street over, right next to it. So we can hear them sometimes do work, but it's not loud at night. They don't work at night, but yeah, they're not bothering us. But yeah, our house is right next to it and the other side. So here's a guy collecting garbage this morning. And yeah, making a bit long video like a YouTuber here, aren't I? So yeah, that's how it goes around here. Here the boys are working hard. Yeah. Trabajan duro, no? See? Ay, yeah. Así es en Mexico. Yeah, there's a young family that already came with their tent right on the beach so that they have shade for the day. Found themselves a good spot under the palm tree. These palapas and these places here, typically you have to at least buy something like a drink or a snack or something to sit under the umbrellas or the palapas. Usually it's the restaurants across from here that go and have guys there managing that. So that's how that works. And yeah, this is our street. I go down that street and to the left, and that's where we're staying. So I need a little more walk, so I'll keep walking over here. So yeah, like I said, as far as real estate and properties, it's whatever you want to pay, and it's whatever you like. You can have a place right on the beach for, I would say, you could find somewhat decent place on the beach. You know, it might be hard to find for like $500,000 Canadian, 500,000. But you go one street over or two streets over or block over or so, you can probably find a place that is, I mean, it's not going to be like the place Pete built in Ontario, but you're going to find a place you could get for between 100 and 200 Canadian, and you would have a half decent place. Not new, but you would have a half decent place. We're going to go to Merida today. We're not sure if we want to be on the coast. I mean, it's a beach town. It's a lot lazier. I mean, it all depends what kind of lifestyle you want to have. Basically, that's what it comes down to. You can be in a lazy fishing town, which this is not so much anymore, but there's still some around. And that's cheaper as soon as you get away from this. Or you can be in a city like Merida, where it's a hustle and bustle, I guess, or more so hustle and bustle. But yeah, another place that they're building up. This has changed a lot since Valentine and I were here just after COVID in, what was it, 2021, 22, quite a while ago. Not here so much, but back there's been a lot of erosion. There's a lot less beach if you go further that way than there was when we were here. So you can see them putting sandbags everywhere, trying to stop some of them coming right up to people's properties, you know, houses and stuff. So that seems to be a problem with erosion. But here is still a big, wide beach. And it goes on forever. Not this exact boulevard here, what I'm walking on. But you can go under that long pathway that you see over there. You can go under that, and it goes forever. And there's houses and a lot of good walking space and paths to walk on. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a long, and it's lit up at night, and people walk. And there's a park way out. I mean, maybe another 10-minute walk, maybe 15. And the other past this boulevard, and you have to walk on the beach underneath those bridge thing or whatever, that pier. And the path goes. They have a walkway you can walk right through. You know, and as you keep walking, there's a big park, and that's where we see RVs parked. There's a guy from Canada parked there for the last couple of days with an RV. Guys from Texas parked there with their RV. They park their RV, and then they bring their barbecue out, and they sit there and they cook, and you can walk to there from the beach. So, you know, it's a good parking spot for them for free. There's no meters, no nothing. It's just a big gravel parking lot or sand. And yeah, this is it. So, like I said, we don't know what we're doing. But we certainly are trying to find what we want to do. Now, if it was up to me, I would buy a little place and renovate it. But the Valentine thinks we should buy something that is nice and livable without having to do any work. And of course, that's money. Now, talking to the guy yesterday, and I asked about labor costs. Right now, the labor costs are about 40 when I converted to Canadian, but $46 a day for a laborer to do work on, you know, construction type of work. So that is really cheap. However, he said, I said, how do you usually work? Do you do by contract or by the hour, by the day, or by the week, whatever? He goes, it doesn't matter. He goes, they get their money. I think if you hired them by the hour, they work slow. They just make it last a lot longer. If you do by contract, well, then you're paying more than maybe that. So anyway, that's what he was saying. He was joking. I asked if he did any construction work on his house because he had done some renovations himself. He goes, no, he hires it out, and he's just a tour guide, making, I'm sure, better money than most because he gets Americans and Canadians doing tours for them. So I paid him 2,000 pesos plus gas for our 5 hours. Now, we could have had him longer. I mean, it was basically for the day, I think, as much as he was still 2,000 pesos plus whatever gas he spent. So, which was fine. I mean, it was 150, I think something, I forget now, it was over $100. We figured that was fine. So, yeah, so here we go. I feel like I'm YouTubing here, but I'm not. Maybe I should put this on YouTube and then give you guys a link. It'd be easier for you to watch instead of me trying to post it. But anyway, yeah, just walking along here. There's a Starbucks down, way too expensive. So I pay with the credit card, my credit card anywhere. And that Starbucks, for some reason, when it showed up, I could pay in Mexican peso or Canadian dollars. And I put Canadian, which was a mistake, because then I think it does a couple times conversions. So for 2 coffees, or a latte and a cappuccino, I paid 17 Canadian dollars. When I looked at it, it was 15 Canadian dollars, which is still overpriced because it wasn't even taste good. Way overpriced. But anyway, but to give you an idea, me and Valentine had here one of these palapas we rented, or we sat and we ordered 2 fish fillets, and a couple drinks. I'm going to say 3. Okay? I think Valentine had 2 and I had 1. I paid over twice as much than I did yesterday. Yeah, I paid like $90. 90 some dollars. Okay? Canadian dollars. And yesterday, when we drove with the guy, we were in a little restaurant, you know, where it was for more local tourists. Maybe it wasn't this area. It was in a small town way on the other side of Progreso. We sat right on the ocean. Open air restaurant. Nice little place. I mean, it wasn't huge and fancy, but nice little place. The best fish Valentine has had so far. Mine was excellent as well. I had the Veracruzano filete, and I paid $45 for 3 of us. We had 3 drinks, 3 dishes. I paid for our driver as well. He had cocktail de camarón. He had a cocktail de camarón. I had a nice big fish dish, and so did Valentine. And I paid, $45. So that is a lot cheaper than here, and that is a lot cheaper than back home. So you can find the same food, same quality food, away from, you know, the touristic area like this one. We went here eating, and this restaurant, very fancy. It's always full of Mexicanos, nationals. I'm surprised it's not even full yet because they even do breakfast. There's a few people in there already. And it's all new. This wasn't here when we came here last time, years after COVID. There were little shops here at the corner. I remember so now it's a beautiful, fancy restaurant, and it's pricey. Yeah, I think I paid $90 some for the 2 of us there as well. So, and the food was nothing special. Now, they do specialize in crab, local crab. I didn't get the crab. I just bought regular. Oh, what did I have? But yeah, so far it's been hard to get, let's say, simple Mexican enchiladas or nice tacos. There's a little taco place. Anyway, if I walk that way, that's where the market is, and that's, if you keep going, it's the Centro is there. We've eaten in that restaurant as well on the beach. It's the first one we ate at. But here's the path. There's the boardwalk where those guys are walking with the yellow shorts, and boardwalk goes all the way underneath where that truck is driving on top of that pier. You go right underneath, and it keeps going forever. So it's a beautiful place. But if we were to be in Merida, and Merida is cheaper than here, unless you live, I mean, like I said, you can buy, the driver we had, like I said, 7 years ago, he paid $35,000 American for the place that he lives in. And it seemed like a nice little place, nothing really wrong with it, other than maybe needed some renovations. But anyway, the point being is, you can pay what you want, what you can afford. And so for winter living, I don't know. And as far as hurricanes here, I asked all that. In his lifetime, he's grown up here. He had twice where he had to walk in water up to his knees. And the water goes all the way across to there's like a lagoon or a swamp. Not, I won't call it swamp, but there's like a mangroves grove. There's fishing in there. There's flamingos. We saw them yesterday. Here's the Gulf of Mexico, and then the other side is, we're kind of a build up here, and the other side is a big, I want to call it a lagoon. It's long. It's like 6 kilometers long, and there's crocodiles in there. If you go a little further, he took us to the salt flats. They since the Mayan people, I think he said 300 BC, or maybe, before Christ, that would be, the Mayans have been collecting salt there, and they used to trade salt with the Spaniards for items when they first came. So there's a history of salt. Basically, there's shallow pools, and the sun evaporates, and then salt is left. And a lot of times it's like a pinkish or color, because of the only thing that grows in there is I forget what you call it, some microbes. Yep, that's it. So I have spent too much time on this. There's an OXXO that are everywhere, your variety store. Yeah, he's buying ice. See, he's gonna go to the beach. You can buy ice, drinks right here for cheap, and then go sit over there on the beach on your own. Or you can go sit in a palapa and pay maybe 2 or 3 times as much for a drink or whatever you want, food, than you can buy in a variety store or bring your own. So the one good thing is this whole beach, everything here is public access. These are not private beaches, even though those palapas are there, and you can use them, and they charge you. They don't charge you for you have to just buy something, right? You could buy a Coke. So that's how she works around here. We love it so far. Personally, myself, in reality is I still would like to be in central Mexico, and then come here for vacations. My dream was to build an adobe house, but that is likely not going to happen. Do you see these 2 white guys? They are Mexicanos, but they're from the city. See a lot of these type of tourists here. Yeah, they are certainly güeros, but they're Mexicanos. Not like these boys. These boys, they have been in the sun for a long time. I would want his job, just sitting. Buenos días. So yeah, friendly people. There comes a police with his motorbike. They drive their trucks here. They drive their motorbikes. I've talked to the police on our street. He parked his motorbike, and he took a phone call. So when he was done, I was up by the door. So he said, yeah, con el moto es más libre. He says, with the bike it's more free. So yeah, my Spanish, sometimes when I talk, it just flows, not too bad. And I'm pretty good with conversations. Other times then I stutter a little bit where I have a hard time, but I don't know what it is. But some words what if I don't understand them exactly, but I've been surprised, So I think if I were here for a couple months, which we plan to do, but if I had the opportunity to practice it a lot, I would get a lot better. But yeah, here, la policía con el moto. Buenos días. See, friendly smile. So yeah, of course I asked the guy that drove us, you know, crooked cops. They are everywhere, he says. I think I told you the story. My neighbor, that is where we stay, he drives all over Mexico, and he's had way more problems with the cops than with the cartel. And both have stopped him when he's been driving with. He drives and picks up stuff all the way from the El Paso border, that type of thing. You know, I don't know what he all does, but he drives things, and that's his business. Picks up things, drops off, picks up vehicles, that type of thing. Even though he says he's got a business here somewhere on this road. He owns a couple of properties here. So I don't think the locals, a lot of them want to sell right now because the another thing about real estate. Our driver told us most of the real estate that you see for sale on the let's say on the beach or on the ocean or a block away is being sold done by Americans and Canadians, which is a shame. So basically the locals are out of the market on that. So this is investors, people from Canada and US buying properties, maybe bought them just after COVID or years ago, and now they doubled and tripled in value, so they're trying to sell them. So anyway, he said he used a local real estate, a Mexicana, that she could have sold that house that he bought for more to a foreigner, but sold it to him. So anyway, so I told him, look, I'm a Mexicano también. And I don't want gringo prices. I want, here, let me go down the street. I want local prices. So, and once we look at buying, so trying to make some connections. Really nice guy. So yeah, he told me anything I need, any connections, car rentals, other things. He knows people. But yeah. So look at this. You got some water here. That's normal. Basura in lots of places. It just so happens that the street that we're living on, that's where there's these garbage containers. Oh, not this one, but like those green ones. That's where we throw our garbage in. This is the street we live on, down a ways. And sidewalk is not always clean. They do come and clean. They have a crew come on the street and they clean garbage. Here's our parking lot. Places to eat. I don't know if anybody, I think they have to get a license. I think he told me to open up a business. Oh yeah, dog poop. Watch out for the dog poop. This place is under renovations, constructions. He said this place is a good place to eat. It's new, but man, it doesn't look so good when they're open. They're closed right now. He said the food is really good and very affordable. And obviously we're worried about cleanliness and that type of thing. So we might try it. Another big parking lot here. Basura. Here's the place where we put our garbage. Okay. And oh yeah, we got a street dog. He's checking it out. So this is the garbage containers. Ay, peritos, ¿qué están haciendo? Ay, ay, ay. Doggies everywhere. But none of them are vicious. They're all friendly. And they all seem well fed in most cases. So we're almost up to our little casita. And that little green moped, a guy goes working out there's a gym right here just next to the construction is a brand new gym, big gym, and he goes and works out there. Seems like every day, and then he parks his little moto in front of or right beside our little casita. This little white thing is our casita. This is our electrical meter right now bypassed. We're working on free electricity at the moment. But yeah, this is the construction on the other side I told you about, and up there is the gym. And así es, aquí es la casita. We got security. Mira. We're gonna go open this one. And there's our door. You know, so you really have double security. So see how they build this up here with the stairs? This is in case of flooding or a hurricane. They go up. What's it? 3-4 flights of stairs, and then down. See? And that way, if there's water, no problemas. This is our kitchen. Here's our kitchen. Show you a cupboards, stove. Nothing special. I'm going to put the air conditioning on because I'm a little bit hot right now. But these little galletas, this like little coconut made tortilla legs, but they're very tasty. Fruit is really good. That's empty. I just ate that last fruit. That one needs to be eaten before we go to Merida. Water, so we do a water. And this is where we cook. Valentine cooks in here. Gas. Pretty limited. Our little fridge, you know, we got some papaya. Of course, most importantly, I asked to get some frijoles. She's gonna cook those for me. And así es. Yeah, así es. Let me see, this is a long video I made. How do you turn this around? I'm gonna show you my face real quick, but I don't know if I can do that.